Golden, golden light. Stunning. Ugh. What an evening to do this. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be taking the brand new Avata 2 on its maiden voyage and my first time flying FPV. So without further ado, let's get into it. So like all DJI drones, to turn it on, it's one press and a hold. And then all the props initiate. Now this is a box fresh. Done the firmware update, got everything linked up. We're using the motion controller for this flight, and we've got the new goggles 3. So get everything turned on. Everything turns on the same way. Just press and hold. You can adjust the strap on the back here. So you loosen off and then just crank it down. Fits very snug. Now the controller is, you got 2 ways to control the flight interface and kind of the heads up. You got the, where is it? Up here, there you go. The D-pad up here to cycle through the menus, but I prefer to use, just click on the side here, and then we can change all our camera settings down at the bottom here. So I've got everything dialed into manual already. So manual, I think we'll change to 4K 60. There has been an update since, and now you can shoot 4K 100 frames per second, which is incredible. I think everything is done. I'm going to turn beginner mode off. Scroll down, you scroll down using the D-pad on the controller. So we'll turn beginner mode off. And so far the goggles are pretty comfortable once you got them adjusted. Okay, right, first flight. So to start the motors, this orange button here, press once and then hold. Starts the motors, and then the D-pad, press up to take off. Okay, and so squeeze the trigger to accelerate and move forward. I mean, first impression is super intuitive. The new motion control, well, it's not new, the upgraded motion controller feels very intuitive to use. If you ever used a joystick in gaming before, then you'll know what this is like. You just roll your wrist left and right for your yaw and your roll, and then pull up to pitch up and push down to pitch down. Very nice. We are currently here in Cornwall. It is approaching sunset, so colours look incredible right now. We will keep a decent altitude. Don't want to bin it into the ground on the first flight. As you can see there in the goggles as well, like a lot of the new DJI products, like the Mavic Pro Cine has this now, the little H, which is your home point. So if you're ever far away, you're not sure which direction you need to go, just go towards the H. As you can see in this drone doesn't have a mini map on it, so it's sometimes hard to know your orientation to where you are. I'm just gonna fly around these fields because they look incredible. All the wildflowers are in bloom at the moment. Put it. This hedgerow here. So you also see in the bottom right corner of the goggles, you've got a few bits of key information there, obviously one being your battery level for the Avata and for the goggles on the far right. And then you've got how many satellites you're connected to for your position hold. And then next to that is your data transfer rate for the video transfer. This new Avata 2 uses DJI's new OcuSync 4, I believe, which gives you up to 10 kilometer range, which is ridiculous. I'm not sure I would ever be flying this that far. I don't know if the battery would go that far. In the bottom left, you'll see a familiar HUD display from previous drones. You've got your flight motor in normal at the moment. You've got some of your telemetry details, so your height, your distance from home, and then your speed and your altitude there. Gorgeous evening to be flying. I'm yet to get the ND fields for this. They're all on back order at the moment, which is annoying. But so far, I mean, it's pretty good, but we'll see what the edit looks like. Alright, let's try and get a bit lower to these tram lines. Ooh. You can get pretty low. I don't want to push it because I don't have to be trawling through a... Oh, that was a tight turn. Let's try it again, just throw it fully. Oh yeah, God, that does turn quite tightly. If you do want to fly manual, then you would need to get the new FPV 3 controller that's sold separately. Which would unlock full manual mode, obviously, and give you a top speed, I believe, of 60 miles an hour, which is pretty good for a drone of this size. Oh, we're getting confident now. Ooh. Almost touching the tops of this wheat field, I believe. Okay, one thing I'm keen to try out, and it's kind of a big feature for this this new drone, is something called Easy Acro, which allows noobs like you and me to look good. So if we press the orange button, it'll pause it. We're going to go to our top menu here, and here we have Easy Acro. So you pull the trigger to select. Just like that. And you'll see on the left of the screen now, we have, oh, it's getting a high wind warning there. You can see the drone is listing a little bit, it's rolling a little bit to counter the wind. But on the left there, you've got a menu that says slide, 180 drift and flip. So let's go down to flip. You just scroll down with this little scroll wheel here. And then, all right, let's go this way. I guess we just push forward. Oh, I can hear it. Hear those motors going. Backflip, nice. And then we can do some barrel rolls as well. Left barrel roll, right barrel roll, nice. Okay, let's see. 180 drift. What can that do? Let's get a little bit lower for this. I mean, this would be a good sort of thing if you had a subject you're tracking. And then we'll hit right. Oh, it just keeps going back. I believe it just keeps going back until you let go of the trigger like that. Let's do that again. Let's come past us and do it. Follow that H back to the home point, and then we'll attempt to 180 drift past us. I mean, first impressions, this is a very impressive bit of kit. There we go. 180 drift. That's good. I mean, it's not a feature I can see myself using a whole lot if I am to use this more cinematic stuff, slow, low flying kind of things. You know, like this sort of stuff here. Golden hour, fields, tram lines. Oh, we see the shadow of the drone there, pink. Oh, we're getting low. Oh. low enough for my comfort level. Yeah, most of the time I'm probably just going to be using this for more cinematic stuff. But beyond that, it's just a fun bit of kit to fly around. And for a lot of people out there, as I'm sure a lot of you will be aware who are watching this video, FPV can be a bit of a rabbit hole if you're doing it yourself and you're buying the kits and you've got to worry about batteries and balancing the batteries and charging and making sure you're soldering everything right and getting all the right kit and the right flight controllers. It can be a bit of a headache. So the fact that a product like this exists is incredible. Also to mention, this circle in the middle of the screen you can see on the goggles, that is, it's like a crosshair. It basically shows you where you're going. So if you're low flying, what I've been doing is just kind of keep it on the horizon or just below, but kind of around that, and you can maintain a kind of low flying. And then if you pull up, so it goes up. And I've also got the third grid on here and the cross grid, so I can see where my center point is. So if eventually you do want to shoot through any gaps or anything like that, you know you can do it confidently without worrying about crashing the drone. Okay, drone is at 41%. They do boast a 28-minute flight time on this, which is pretty impressive. And I've been trigger fully down in normal mode for the last 7 minutes, it says there, or 40%. So it'll probably be more like 16-minute flight time. It depends heavily on your flight style. Let's get low over these wildflowers. Yes, nice. A good thing about this new transmission system as well that DJI have is it is crystal clear, this image coming through the goggles. You'd have to really not be paying attention if you hit something. Or I guess if you're in manual mode, things move a bit quicker. Okay, we're going to pull up and we're going to come out of acro mode. And we're going to spend the rest of this battery in sport mode. Okay, recording. Drop in sport mode. Oh, instantly quicker. Oh wow. Yeah, we are hauling now. Jeez. Also, when you pull tightly, it feels like it wants to stall out. So if we go up and then hit a hard right, see how it loses altitude there? Let's go a bit higher because I don't want to lose it in the field. Let's do it one more time. Low battery, return to home in 12 seconds. Okay. We're at 25%. I feel like we're okay. We're only not that far away. Now, other things to note. Oh, there we go. It's gonna try and return to home, but you can cancel it, I think, by just pressing one of the controls. So we'll bring it back and stick a new battery in it. Changed. A little injury from the hand catch, but we live, we move on. Right, so that battery, I think I got around 10 minutes before I tried to return to home, but I still had 25% battery power left, so I reckon I could have pushed it to 14 minutes in close proximity and then got it home. I know from experience that DJI products, you can push them, you can definitely push them well beyond 5%, so if you want a full list of specs, I'll put them down in the description below so you can read those at your own leisure. Okay, right.
assume the position. The bug eyes.
Door clicks on the motors. Get it. Back out. All right. Let's get some altitude in. I mean, it doesn't climb the quickest, but I have seen people fly this with the FPV control in full manual, and the climb out rate is just ridiculous. Okay, what we are going to do is pause that. I'm going to stop recording. I'm just going to adjust the shutter speed. Go 1/1000th a second. I know I should have ND filters, but everywhere I've looked, they're all on pre-order or they're not shipping out to the end of June. And right now it's like the first week of June, so there's no way I was going to have it in time for this video. On pause, hit record. I mean, look at that, let's just do that. Also to note, the new motion controller has like this hard stop, like a second trigger or primary trigger, so you can adjust your positioning in the sky without any forward motion. So if you're on the ground and you're taking off and you want to adjust your direction before you go, then you can do it that way. But, oh, this looks gorgeous. Right, let's test a little bit the transmission on this. So we're going to go behind the house, quite high up. We're going to go behind the house into the fields yonder. You can see in the distance there, the ocean. So we're dropping, oh, I don't know, we're about 26 megabits a second, 21. So it's doing all right. Not too bad. There you go, RC, HD. I have got this, that if it loses signal, it will return to home. But we're just gonna fly like a bird, which is the beauty of these drones, is you can just get the sensation of just flying like a bird, which is incredible. Flying into the sunset. Let's get some height, see if that alleviates. Oh, it does, there we go. Bit of height. I mean, the climb speed on this is quite slow. Right, 91 meters. Let's max out. 120 is the legal fly. There we go. Okay, high wind, yeah, I suppose so. There we go, that's the home point down there. Look at this beautiful golden light we've got. Be heading over to that beach right there in the middle of the crosshairs there tomorrow. And let's dive. How well does this dive? I was getting battered by the wind. Yeah, I know. I can feel it. The thing is, where I'm sat and when I look out over the field in front, there's barely a whisper, so. Okay, signal's good. Goggles, 58%. Also to note, the Avata 2 does come with, I believe, 46 gigabytes of internal storage. So if you forget to buy an SD card, don't panic. But I do have a micro SD in here and in the goggles. Oh, that's nice. I like it when you can see the shadow of the drone. Let's get over into these fields again because this light is just incredible for these tram line shots. Oh, like cloud in the background. I mean, flying this, there's one thing I would kind of want DJI to change is on the motion controller, if you pitched forward, it kept going forward, sort of like how it does in manual mode. So you have full roll pitch control just with the motion controller, like you would, I don't know, flying a jet or any aircraft, or, you know, you can, if I pulled back, it would just keep pulling back and back and back and eventually pitch over. Oh, look at that coming back the other way. Like golden light. Stunning. Oh, What an evening to do this. Very fortunate. But yeah, we're just going to keep bouncing that reticle above the horizon. This field is on a bit of an incline, so the ground falls away from you this way. So you'll keep dipping it down a bit. It does the concentration though to keep it, to stop binning it into the air, or stop yourself binning it into the ground. You really got to concentrate. I mean, we're not flying quick, but when you're that low, it feels quick. So God knows how these FPV, like, you see those people that are just incredible FPV, sending it through the most ridiculous routes through abandoned buildings, or even the drone racing league, just nuts. So hats off to those guys. But like I said, this is my first FPV experience, and so far I'm loving it. I can see how people would get hooked on this very easily and end up in a whole world of debt. I mean, it is just so much fun. It's like a drug. They're just carving over this field. Ooh. The thing is, it feels like you're touching the tops of these plants, but I don't know. So I will also say, unlike other drones from DJI, this doesn't have any sort of obstacle avoidance. So if you fly at something, you will hit it. It has ground sensors, so it knows where the ground is. If it has high enough contrast, it will struggle over water, as all drones do. And it has rear-facing sensors, I believe. I don't know if it gives any sort of obstacle avoidance, or if it's just kind of hazard perception or obstacle. Will tell you if there's something, it'll flash up. I haven't tested it, but I will say, like, so I'm full throttle there. If you kind of half throttle about there, you can get some really nice, slow, cinematic stuff. We're gonna just go over this fence. Let's try it. Let's try going slow back through these tram lines. So let's get up and then come back round and into the sunset. There you go. And this way you have a lot more control. Like, you see how much closer we are. And I can definitely feel some of those plants are well above the drone. What would you do if, like, I see, there you go. They were well above us. But you have far more control when you're flying this way. And small little bits of grass and stuff aren't going to bother this drone. There's enough weight and inertia that it will just push through. Yeah, see, nice and slow. It looks good. Right, back to the fun stuff. Full throttle. I'll keep it away from the houses. Don't disturb people having their supper. It is quieter though. I think they say, I don't know. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen what the decibel rating is for this drone, because it's not crazy. Unlike the first gen Avata, which I never owned it, but was very loud. Let's see, what's this over here? Is that a gap? Should we go slow first? Oh, got way too cocky then. Almost lost it, but I'd go for a walk through the field. Not the worst night to go for a walk. But look at this light, guys. Incredible. Even better if I had some ND filters, but it is what it is. Return to home. Yes, I know. Not yet. Not done. And look at it. This light is too good to pass up. Right, we're going to hand catch this again, but we're not going to cut our fingers, because that's not fun. Okay, just let off the trigger. Wow. Just like that, done. Wow. If you're on the fence about getting this drone, hopefully this persuades you to take the plunge, because it is 100% worth it. So it turns out at the end of that video, I unclipped my microphone in my excitement. Not helpful, I know. But if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It will help the YouTube algorithm push this video out to even more people who can then join us on this adventure. And if you want to be notified when I upload more content, then hit the bell notification. But until next time, I'll catch you later.